It's Scotty, it's Scotty. How you doing, everybody? Dave TV. I got all the stuff out of my beard this morning. I just had a breakfast, low-fat turkey sausage breakfast sandwich from the microwave, and I cleaned it out of my beard yet. How you doing, everybody? It's Dave TV for the 10th. The 10th of December 2012. How y'all doing? Had a good week. Had a good weekend. Those Redskins. Hey, how about that game yesterday? Beating the Ravens. You know, I do a column, a weekly sports media column for Press Box, which is a Baltimore sports newspaper and a website, and a very fine one, I must say. And they're, of course, all Ravens fans up there because they're Baltimore. Ravens. And, Ravens are a good team. I like the Ravens. I do like the Ravens. But I just, I'm living here in the Washington area for 40-plus years. The Redskins are my team, and whether they're awful or good or whatever, that's it. My dad grew up in Philadelphia, and we raised the family there for a couple years in the Philadelphia area. And he was always an Eagles fan, and I kind of started out that way too. And then moving down here, he was the Eagles fan, and I was a Redskins fan, back in the 70s. And that's when the Redskins were really good, George Allen and the whole thing, and went to the Super Bowl a couple times and all that. And we had a nice little rivalry there. But I'm a Redskins fan, so it was nice seeing them win yesterday, 4 in a row. I really think it's still going to be an outside chance the Redskins even make the playoffs this year. The Giants are coming on strong, and so is Dallas. So it's going to be really interesting. But at least it's interesting, right? It's going to be, the next couple games are going to be fun. So we'll see. Okay, I'm almost getting tired of doing this. Just looking at how awful the Washington Post is. The A section's pretty good. I mean, they got some good stories in there, but this style section continues to suck big time. More big pictures. Look at this stupid thing about the Gangnam Style dude and he made an anti-American video a while back, and now it's, his big hit crazy video is threatened, da-da-da-da-da. And that was last week's news. I mean, it was all over all the interwebs, on Thursday and Friday of last week. So what does the Washington Post do? We'll come along 3 days later, and we're going to take our entire front page of the style section and devote it to a story that's already 3 or 4 days old. And a giant picture and about 6 paragraphs of copy. I mean, that's how bad this thing has become. This style section is absolutely terrible. It's not worth reading. When are the idiots at the Washington Post going to realize that? And then look at the reliable source gals. Again, this was last week. He had to shave, David Axelrod, whatever his name, Axelrod, and the bet there on Morning Joe, and having to shave off his mustache and all that. This was last week's news. And again, we sit around Saturday, Sunday, and we'll put it in Monday's paper. And then I don't know, man. This paper, and there's just nothing else to read it. On the olden days when the Washington Post was a good newspaper, you'd always look forward to Tony Howard Kurtz's columns in the Monday. He'd always did a really cool Monday media column, and I tell you, if this paper is going to think about putting up a paywall around its website, they got to get better. They got, they're just, you can't do it by delivering 3-day-old news. I tell you. And then again, you look at the sports section and look at it, big pictures. I guess they do surveys of people, and they aren't bad pictures, I have to say. This is a good picture, but, it's just pictures. Man, I don't know, man. Well, at least the Post has one thing. They do have a few ads in the sports section today. So there you go. Maryland doctors treat erectile dysfunction. Larry O'Connor and Brian Wilson. What do you know? The 2 test subjects. Did it work? Ask their wives. All right, folks. What's the big news? The big news over the weekend that we here at DCRDB broke. Steve Chenevey is no longer the morning news anchor there at Channel 7. WJLA, apparently he's been yanked off the air. No, he hasn't been yanked off the air. He'd still be on the air. However, he won't be doing the morning anchoring stuff with Cindy Simpson. Okay? We're hearing that Scott Thuman, the kind of political investigating dude, he's going to now be doing morning anchoring. Okay? Good luck, Scott, because I think replacing Chenevey with Thuman isn't going to do anything, but what the heck. So the question, okay, so Scott, or rather Steve Chenevey, he was brought over from Channel 5, a big hype, big publicized move a while back, earlier this year. 9 months ago, right. It was like a big star. He was going to save Channel 7. That's what Channel 7 likes to do. They like to bring over big stars from other stations. The problem is Channel 7's morning news ratings. So let's just remember, we reported that a little while ago. The latest numbers we had for those November sweeps, I think we showed, Channel 7 at 4:30 in the morning, which is the early news, is in 4th place. And then in their 5 a.m. news was in 4th place. And at 6 o'clock, they were in 3rd place. Okay? We had WRC with a 10.4 share. I don't know what that is. 10.4 percentage of the audience. WTTG with a 7.7. JLA with a 5.7. That's 3rd place. So, those are important numbers, and Channel 7 still is lagging in the mornings. So, what are they going to do? What are you going to do? I don't know how. There's a lot Channel 7 can do, honestly. Maybe it's the Lisa Baden thing. Not having Lisa Baden on there doing. She's a high-profile weather lady, a traffic lady. Maybe they need some more of her. I don't know. A lot of those morning news ratings have to deal with, generally those morning news shows, and a lot of people just tune in Channel 4 because they like the Today Show. I don't know. So anyhow, Chenevey is now going to be doing reporting for the station, and we'll see. So that's the big news that DCR TV broke. Robin Givhan. Remember Robin Givhan? She was the Pulitzer Prize-winning fashion journalist at the Post for how many years? 15 years. She's been laid off from her latest gig at Newsweek on the Daily Beast. So there. Maybe will she come back to this Post? I don't think so. Post is going to need to shed a lot of talent in order to get profitable, and I can't see them hiring people like that back. But what the heck? JoJo is no longer at Mix 106.5. JoJo Girard. If people in DC probably never heard of it because they can't get Mix 106.5. But in Baltimore, it's a big station, kind of almost a contemporary hit station, kind of technically a hot adult contemporary station, CBS owned. And JoJo and Reagan have been the morning team there for quite a while. Well, as of at the end of last week, JoJo was posting on his Facebook page that he's gone from the station. And it looks like a big shakeup of all the different personalities over at that station as it tries to remain competitive with Clear Channel's Z104.3 WZFT, which is doing very well in the ratings in the Charm City. So, all right, folks, that's Dave TV for this Monday. Going to be a nice warm one again. Break out the camo shorts time in the middle of December. I love it. Have a great one. And, we're getting ready. Going to be launching our annual best worst list any minute now. Maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Getting the coding all up, and we're going to have links also to the best worst lists from the past 11 years, all the way back to 2000. So you can take a blast. Maybe we'll feature some of those on another edition of Dave TV. Some of those old BW lists. But get your pens ready and think of best and worst of 2012 local media wise. And then you can post them and make everybody angry at you. Thanks for watching Dave TV for Monday, the 10th of December, 2012. Book 'em, Dano.